Hey guys, me, Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Um, we're at the pre-market. Let's take a look. Look how beautifully that would have worked. I would have to close it overnight because that can gap. But then would have reopened it, so it would last. Well, I wouldn't know how much it would go here, but someone in the vicinity of this, I would have bought it back when it went up. Yeah. Now it's reaching the level. Her spy. Ooh, everything goes lower. Everything goes lower. Yeah. Okay, I decided this is a balance. That makes no sense anymore, so we are going here. Tiro holds up. Merrick. Fighter. DTM doesn't have pre-market. No one wants it. Well, mm. 5.5 though. There was no break. I was good up to 12, up to up to 0.5. I'm sorry. This 0.5 makes no difference at all, other than to show that this is like too low. Mm. I would change direction here, but there was no context. Anyways, that's a break, change of direction, a change of character, shall we say. I think it can be described as a character for a trend. Do you want it to trade? Do I want it to trade it counter trend now? No, I don't. Even though it's tradable, good volume distribution. You know what I mean? And now since it broke the level, this 0.5 makes sense. This 0.5 makes sense. Yeah. Grinds lower and lower. Still in 0.5. Volume spring, bigger volume on correction, on test. So let's see how that interacts with is the level. With the level. Deep. Mm, it's an interesting move. It's a test that needed a test here. And then first fall. This is not closed yet, and this is not the biggest volume. Second of all, volume distribution is long. Doesn't look like it wants to break. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe something quick. I've just learned this is inspiring this like has in case and other sounds is like mid-Atlantic. That's how they did it back in the day in old Hollywood. Yeah, nothing. Too far from 0.5. Too far from 0.5. Yeah, no volume. No volume. It's a break. So potential this can be level. Baboosh. It's in a break, it goes down. Oh, gold. Yeah, of course it should because it was. It was doing this ever since the beginning of the war. From 500 to freaking 3000. 6 volts. Looks like an exhaustion for now. Boom. This is insane. It's breaking. BTI coin. Continuation of the trend. All this volumes though. All these volumes. Just broke it in the end of the hour, so there is nothing to consider here anyways. Oh, um, target is at the level. Just kissed it. Don't be misled by volume. It's the last volume of the day. It's one bar roll. This is not. Yeah. Well, technically, that's the previous T1, but doesn't T2, but it doesn't make sense. It's right there. It's right there. Let's see our dailies. Why is it daily? I changed direction. Yeah. It's reversed. This doesn't matter anymore. Technically. Oil is right there. But let the force be with you. Oil. I'm not even sure if I can trade it. Got exhaustion. Transition extreme. And the levels. And the direction. Do you see this at the gas station? Because I do. Yes, I do so very much see it at a gas station. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, this one that I got afraid to take. It's neutral zone. It wasn't a test. Don't let me go. Don't you cry tonight. Bob resumed some selling. Uh-huh. I got you. Caught. This thing went down. We get levels now. Yeah. We get we got soul. Body like a Russian. Disco seduction. You Russians, boy, we everywhere. The revolution in the air. Oh, oh. Hmm. It's interesting because there is two. Yeah, I would more so incline to see it come here, but this is like secondary, the second largest. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Have it like an oligarch. We Russian boys, we everywhere. There's revolution in the air. Oh, oh. It's a break on earnings. Uh, is this volume? None of them makes sense, anyways. It means it can be tried at 0.5. Something like that. It's there. Absolutely unvolumed. And goes lower. It goes lower. And yeah. Stop fooling around. That's what it is. In all the reality. That's what it, oops. Let's be real. It's 0.5 though. It's 0.5 though. Let it stop falling first. And then we'll see about that. Stock. Or even more so stock. I can check this 0.5. There's nothing that would say that I can't. Oh, and by the way, I don't, yeah, this is doable around here. And by the way, this bar is not, because the following volume is bigger, and also like this spread is not bigger than this, so this on the contrary has like two, yeah, two volumes before and one after, and spreads are bigger. No, this is more like it. The way you chart is the way you trade. It's slow. What can you do? What can I do? Netflix. Unvolumed. Spring of a test level so high up there. Luckily though, look how cool it was. Dun, dun, dun. Not the biggest, but for a quick trade, it was alright. Now though it's transitioning Chrome. And we are getting there. It's no good for swing because there is no volume on manipulation signal of the day. See, it's not an exhaustion. It looks like a beautiful 0.5 though. Like this whole thing is just beautiful, as it very often is when the higher time frames are unfavorable. But it did a spring with, yeah, it is a volume. I can see, yeah, by hair, but this bar is more volume to the, um, oy, oy. Yeah, and this whole thing is so stretch. Here would be nice, but then we'll be underneath all this volume. So months and year though are perfect. IBM. The markets are open. The markets are open. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, obviously lost my mind. Whatever is left of it. Plum. Dudoosh. Dudoosh. I like how birds are chirping. So nice. Without this trash collection. Meh, meh, meh. Ugh. Hi. What happened here? It's very high. It's very high. It is volume exhaustion. Yeah. So T1 is volumed. And it's like, it's just there. You know what I mean? It's just there. Steep approach though, and then goes lower. Boom, it's a break. So it's good in continuation of the trend. Believe me or not. It's a weird volume on Canadian. So isn't it weird that volumes come? It's around dividends. The day before dividends, volume comes. It's a weird stock, to say the very least. Okay, I'm not gonna make this joke. I need to learn to hold my tongue. Because I'm myself a victim of um, discrimination based on national origin. So I have to learn to bite my tongue. And all these jokes, they're like still like there's such a low hanging fruit. Anyways, so 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 they're below this volume now. All this access, they are different sectors. Oh, and by the way, plunk, plum, 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 plum. Bye bye. It's not good for anything, no. This makes no sense. And it's one bar rule anyways. This is not. Yeah, it's this. Verizon. Ah, yeah. It's not a good place anyways. We got soul. By the way, well, it closed above by here, but it doesn't matter. I think it's all right. Chiller Spring. Now it's test so far in the neutral zone, and look at this thing. So only something quick on hourly. That was made from phone. Russian boys here everywhere. There's revolution in the air. Oh. Oracle. Yeah, I got afraid of this volume. Look how it grew. Some edit volume like multiple days after. Yeah, no, bro, that didn't look good. So, it's a one bar rule though, and it's good for continuation of the trend. Yeah, exactly. For what it's worth. 10, 10. Yeah, it's brutal what Oracle does. What Oracle does is brutal. Ah, look at this. There's an entry, and then I would have to close here because Dune 0.5, close enough, good volume, everything's good. And it was closing. Yeah, that's no, it was not in the right level. Uh, this thing goes down. It's a monthly watch. Was it Vacuum? Was the name of the band Vacuum? I just remembered. Let it come to me. Vacuum. It's a weird time for weird bands. Well, I mean, after Marilyn Manson, it's nothing is weird anymore. That guy took it to the next level. To know what the heck was his problem. There was an entry point here, but no context on. Wait. Are we still? No, we changed direction here. Yeah, ever since here we are short. It's short. We're below this level now. Two. I didn't know he's from Florida. Damn. Damn, I should shut up. That was an entry. And there was a context, so that was an entry. Boom, right here. Volume top thrust. Yeah. The bar level. Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. Never mind. Talking to myself anyway, so. Look, when it like just looks like as a break and then it doesn't. And then it just doesn't. What a bullish shakeout. Well, it can close in 12 days, it can close back, but you see like how Never try to predict the market, Mishka. And I'm notoriously known to have done that. To try to predict the market moves. Anything can happen anytime. Like this guy, look at this. Who might have told that it will go down so violently? KHC look like exhaustion. Never mind. We're going lower. Then it just goes. We are there. I should really remove this. That doesn't do us anything. So yeah, like nothing. Like nothing. After yeah, this volume looked like that's it. We're going to the moon, and then we don't. Um, yeah. See you in a month. Well, it came to the monthly level, maybe like a little bounce, but I don't do those. Don't do those. That's not a break. That's not a break. Wow. Like violent. Okay. Think I'm gonna go start my day. Douche. Mm, no. Uh, it's like I'd say too big of a volume, but I'm just like that. I do those. I'm like, do you think it's operable? Do you think it's operable? I'll say, but rather no than yes. Bush. Bush. Also, look at this. Ooh, gaps on target. People are not crazy about target anymore, obviously. Obviously. Yeah, that's what we have on target. Okay, and let's go through our hourly watches real quick. Boom. Right there. It's a balance. So we don't need a closed manipulation signal on hourly. And we don't need a closed manipulation signal uh, for day trade. When we're in the, it's not good for day trade because we're in the monthly zone. We are in the monthly zone. So the biggest we can go is the lowest we can go is hour, because it's just got to be too choppy. In 5 minutes, 3 time frame roll. Needs levels. This thing is at the level now. Um, it's in the level now. Counter trend and all of that. Yes. Doesn't matter. Merrick is going today from my watch list tomorrow, rather. So that's interesting. And Vive. Continuation of the trend. This volume is no bueno though. This volume, then exhaustion, attempts to revive spring and then doesn't go. And there's a bigger volume. Uy, uy, uy. That's also choppy. Telefónica Brazil. Did you know that in Portuguese, um, L shortens the E? So like in Rio, E is long, whereas in Brazil, E is short just because there's an L after the E. I'm so mesmerized by languages. I have to deal with them because of necessity to speak foreign language at the proficiency of my own. But even prior to that, I was always like very, I don't know, they're such a magic. They're like history. Maybe also because like history is so rewritten by whoever is in charge at power almost everywhere, especially in the places where I'm from. So like, and language is like a history that doesn't lie, that cannot be rewritten. Well, it changes and modifies also under, mm, and people in power have like a bigger influence on that than a regular human being, but still, language is like a stock market chart, you know? Yeah, like big players kind of manipulate it in different ways, but still, it leaves marks. And those marks cannot be like hidden. And if you know how to read them, you have an edge. Uh, so is language. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, language is like centuries and centuries of history of the world and certain nation and its genesis. And like no matter what they say on TV, the language will tell the truth. Actually, it was a volume spring. You see, like right in the morning it was unvolumed and now it is. But yeah, this of course makes no sense. None of this makes any sense anymore. It's there at the level, just needs the levels. Boom. So tempting to use this tails as like a level. The rules are more important than the current market situation, because market situation will always, well, it's very tempting to do something short here. You know what I mean? And it just goes like this. It's very tempting to do something here. And it's within the system. It just like, I'm notoriously known to do like counter trend. So I need to get rid of this habit first. And then that would be it for today. Um, I'm gonna go start my day. I have a big one today. You guys, you guys know the drill. Um, Trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything. Hear out everyone. Don't listen to anyone. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such